First, the headlines. Gun and bomb attack by Kuki terrorists enters fourth day. Volunteer injured in gunfight with Kukis at Fuvala. MC Mayrikom urges Union Home Minister Amit Shah to prevent both warring groups from intrusion into Kom villages. And a huge cache of arms and ammunition seized during tree combing operation in 𝐶𝐠 district. Hello, welcome to Northeast TV. This is Surbala Mayrimbam giving you the latest news update at this hour. Now the news in detail. It has now been 4 days since the Kuki terrorists crossed over the Bisnupur district and began attacks on Meitei villages of the district using guns and bombs. One of the Meitei villagers sustained bullet injury while retaliating to Kuki terrorists today. The injured has been identified as a 37-year-old Thangzam Raju of Fuvala, Ward number 2. He received treatment at the district hospital Bisnupur and is said to be out of danger now. Today's fierce gun battle was initiated by the Kuki terrorists around 5 a.m. near Fuvala, Maning Lokon under Moirang police station, to which the Meitei village defenders retaliated. According to reports received from our Bisnupur correspondent, Kuki terrorists using sophisticated weapons continue to fire at Meitei villages from Hokta Khorenta, which is a Kom village. They not only use these sophisticated weapons but bombs as well. It is raining guns and bombs at Fuvala, Sunusifai, Naransena, Thamnapokpi and 𝐶𝐿𝐻𝐿, and these Kuki terrorists are firing from Langzing Manbi Reserve Forest. Many elderly people and students have fled to safer places due to fear of loud bomb noises. Students have stopped attending school in these areas. Locals are struggling to get essential items due to the curfew that has been imposed. Locals of 𝐶𝐿𝐻𝐿, Thamnapokpi and Naransena who live closer to the paddy fields have abandoned their homes and are seeking shelter at safer areas. It is said that the Kuki terrorists spoke over wireless radio set and mentioned about Fuvala being a target today. There were also sounds of gunfire from the hillock behind 𝐶𝐤𝐻. There are no reports of attack in 𝐶𝐤𝐻 as of now. Ex-member of Parliament Rajya Sabha and Olympic medalist MC Mayrikom has written to Union Home Minister Amit Shah seeking help from security forces on behalf of the Kom tribes to prevent both warring groups from intrusion to Kom villages. In her letter to the Home Minister, Mayrikom clarified that the Kom community, one of the smallest among minorities, is not part of the current ethnic clash. She also requested for impartial treatment by the Indian Army, paramilitary and state forces in carrying out their responsibilities. The ex-Rajya Sabha MP also appealed to Meitei and 𝐶𝐤 communities to set aside differences and restore peace and normalcy in the state. Tree combing operations were conducted in 𝐶𝐠 district in the last 24 hours. A huge cache of arms and ammunition was seized. A combined team of Sangay Kot Police, 36 Assam Rifles, 49 ITBP and 3rd Chakrif Indian Army conducted a combing operation at Khengmol and its adjoining areas from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. yesterday. The combined team recovered 20 country-made pump guns, 500 grams of iron and ammunition and gunpowder, 2 SBBL guns, 1 DBBL gun and 20 rounds of ammunition of SBBL, DBBL in the jungle of Khengmol village. On the other hand, based on intel report about the probable presence of looted arms and ammunition in Toibung area, a joint combing operation was conducted between 4:30 am to 7 am on 30 August. The combing operation was conducted by a combined team of column of 36 Assam Rifles and 2 teams of District Police, 𝐶𝐠. During the operation, 1 tear gas gun, 22 tear gas ammunition were found abandoned in the forested area near Sabat Beng, Taibung. A combined team of 𝐶𝐠 Police, 27 Assam Rifle, 4811, 13 EITBP and D238 Battalion, CRPF also conducted a combing operation at Khomawi and Betel villages and its adjoining areas from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. yesterday. No arrests or seizures were made upon searching about 45 houses. Indian Army reportedly foiled an attempted arson of a house near 𝐿𝐷𝐻𝐻 Army camp by unknown miscreants suspected to be Kuki terrorists last night. As per report, an army camp near Chingmang village noticed flames and smoke emerging from a vacant house around 6:30 p.m. last night. The army personnel then reportedly sprang into action, establishing a secure perimeter around the area. Within a few minutes of the incident, 3 army water browsers reached the location and the fire was controlled and extinguished. Combing operations were also launched simultaneously to apprehend the miscreant involved in the attempted arson. Police has also been informed about the incident, the report said. On the other hand, it may be mentioned that reports of arson of 2 houses at 𝐿𝐷𝐻𝐻 appeared on local dailies this morning. Police Control Room Manipur Police has clarified that no incidents of attacks have taken place at 𝐂𝐲 and 𝐂𝐶 as being circulated in various social media platforms. However, exchange of fire did occur between armed miscreant and Lonfai Koksabung, and that security forces deployed in the area responded and subsequently firing has subsided. Situation is tense but under control, the reports added. Lamyan Erenbot Ningsing Thorom Observation Committee LI&TOC has been formed under the Aegis of Protection and Preservation Committee Manipur PPCM to hold a month-long memorial observance of Lamyan Erenbot. On the occasion of formation of the committee yesterday at Waheng Lekai, convener of PPCM 𝐶𝐲𝐻𝐸 Luang, convener of LI&TOC KS Gopen Luang, and other leaders paid floral tribute to the portrait of Lamyan Erenbot. Speaking at the event, 𝐶𝐲𝐻𝐸 Luang said the month of September is a significant month in Erenbot's life. After the Pudongbam event of September 21st, he went underground. He was born on September 30 and passed away on September 26. Erenbot also took part in various movements. Opposing the legal notice by Assam Rifles against Maheswar Thongnausim, Film Forum Manipur has demanded withdrawal of the notice at the earliest. In a press release, the secretary of the forum, K. Donald Chandra Maite, said a sit-in will be organized at the office of the Film Forum Manipur, Lamphel, at 10 a.m. tomorrow, demanding the withdrawal of the legal notice against Maheswar Thongnausim, who has been representing the voice of people of Manipur. Donald Chandra has also appealed to the guilds and association under the Film Forum Manipur to participate in the sit-in protest tomorrow. DM College of Teacher Education Imphal organized its induction and orientation program for the new academic session 2023-25 at the multipurpose hall of the college today. Faculty members and new students had also an introduction session at the event. Speaking at the event, principal of the college, Dr. R.K. Lokendra, opined that the event will build good relationship between students of the B.Ed first semester and teachers. Sacrificing and playing a vital role in nurturing students are a must in a teaching job, added Dr. R.K. Lokendra. He also advised the students to attend classes regularly and get knowledge from teachers. Toppers from the college in the B.Ed exam 2022 conducted by Manipur University, Rajkumari Rakhasna Wahengbam Josima and Wangkhaimayum Joyshri were awarded the 6th A.K. Bohalsingha Meritorious Cash Award on the occasion. Faculty members of the college, Dr. Anita Kangabam, spoke about the rules and regulations of the college, while Dr. Konika Kurizam highlighted on the B.Ed syllabus and curriculum at the event. Director General of Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General P.C. Nair, has said that unlike in the past, Manipur is witnessing an unprecedented situation currently due to the ethnic clashes, owing to the fact that both communities have large number of weapons, putting the state in the spotlight like never before. While talking to a news agency, Lieutenant General P.C. Nair said that there is a need for realization to come for the people of the state that the only way forward is peace. The situation in Manipur is unprecedented. Something similar happened in the early 90s when the Nagas and the Kukis fought, and then within the Kukis groups also there was a fight in the late 90s. Today the biggest challenge is a large number of weapons that are out within both communities, he said. He also appealed to the people of Manipur to move forward to ensure the socio-economic progress of the state.
The situation that facing in Manipur is very unprecedented. We have never faced anything of this kind in our long years of history. It's new to us, it's new to Manipur also. in a way, something similar happened in the early 90s when the Nagas and Kukis fought. And then within the Kuki groups also there was a fight in late 90s. But this kind of scale of violence is unprecedented, as I said. So the challenges, of course, are multiple. The large number of weapons that are out, both the communities. The society has become weaponized. Unless these weapons come back in whatever way they can, this challenge will remain the biggest. Related to this is the minds of both the communities. Today, there's so much against each other. It's so corrupted. This needs to be stalled. There is a need for realization to come for the people that the only way forward is peace. They have to talk. They have to get back to negotiations.
The centre today announced that it has constituted a committee headed by former President Ramnath Kovind to explore the possibility of one nation, one election. An official notification on the members of the panel will be issued later. The move comes a day after the government called a special session of parliament between September 18 and 22, the agenda for which is still unclear. The concept of one nation, one election refers to holding simultaneous election across the country. This means that election for the Lok Sabha and all state assemblies across India will be held simultaneously, with voting presumably taking place around the same time. Over the years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has pushed strongly for the idea of simultaneous Lok Sabha and state assembly polls, and the decision to task Kovind to look into the underscored the government's seriousness as the host of election approach. The countdown for the Saturday morning launch of India's mission Aditya to the Sun has begun. PSLV 57 will begin its mission tomorrow noon from Sriharikota space station in Andhra Pradesh. The satellite will be placed in a hollow orbit around the Lagrange point L1 of the Sun-Earth system, which is about 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth. It will take around 4 months to reach the Lagrange point. The advantage of a hollow orbit around the L1 point is that the satellite can observe the solar activities without any obstruction by other celestial activities like eclipse. The Aditya L1 mission is to study the solar winds and sun's atmosphere. It will carry 7 payloads to observe the photosphere, chromosphere, and the outermost layer of the sun, namely corona. This will help understand the problems of coronal heating, coronal mass rejection, pre-flare and flare activities, dynamics of weather, study of propagation of particles and fields in the interplanetary medium. Several changes will come into effect in the month of September that will impact people across the country. Among them is a deadline for exchanging the 2000 currency note. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) had announced the withdrawal of this note from circulation while also stating that this will remain legal tender. The central bank had given 4 months to ensure that the exercise is completed on schedule. According to a release issued by RBI in May, the last date to exchange the remaining currency note of 2000 denomination is September 30. It is important to note that banks will remain closed for 16 days this month due to holidays lined up during this month. As many as 4 Asian countries have joined India in protesting a new Chinese map that claims India's territory and maritime areas in the South China Sea, ahead of next week's Group of 20 summit in New Delhi. Vietnam was the latest to reject Beijing's claim based on the 9-dash line in the disputed waters. In response to China's Standard Map 2023, Vietnamese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Pham Thu Hang reiterated its sovereignty over Paracel and Spratly Island. Images aired on Chinese state broadcaster CCTV on Tuesday showed people visiting a map release conference and exhibition in the Chinese capital. Media reports said that Beijing had released an official standard map wrongly showing Arunachal Pradesh and Aksai Chin as its territory. Besides border claims, China has ramped up the development of artificial islands and outfitted some with military facilities and runways. Other Southeast Asian nations have also accused Chinese special of harassing their fishing boats. Singaporeans are voting today in the country's first contested presidential election in more than a decade, a 3-way contest in which former Minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam is hoping to become the next Singapore-born India origin head of the state. Eligible voters started casting their ballot at 8 a.m. when polling station opened, More than 2.7 million Singaporeans are expected to vote, and the polling station will be open until 8 p.m., after which counting of the votes will begin. Results will be out by midnight. Apart from Tharman, two other candidates in the race for the country's ninth president are 𝐁𝐫𝐶𝐞𝐰𝐬, a former chief investment officer of the government of Singapore Investment Corp (GIC), and Tan Kin Lian, the former chief of the anti-UC Income, a state-owned union-based insurance group. Incumbent President Halimah Yacob's 6-year term will end on September 13. She is the country's 8th and first female president. The 2017 presidential poll was a reserved election in which only members of the Malay community were allowed to contest. Halimah was named president then, as there were no other candidates. At least 9 soldiers were killed and 20 others were wounded after a suicide bombing riding on a motorcycle targeted a security convoy in northeast Pakistan on Thursday, the military and 3 security officers said. The attack happened in Banu, a district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province bordering Afghanistan, the military said in the statement. It said 5 soldiers were wounded in the attack. However, security officials put the number of wounded persons at 20. They spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media on the record. There was no immediate claim from any group, but the suspicion is likely to fall on the Pakistani Taliban, who have stepped up attacks on security forces since 2022. Authorities says the insurgents have found sanctuaries and have even been living openly in Afghanistan since the Taliban takeover, which also emboldened them. Banu is located near the former militant stronghold of North Waziristan, which served as a base for insurgents until the army years ago announced that it had cleared the region of local and foreign militants. Occasional attacks have continued, however, raising concerns that the local Taliban known as Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan are regrouping in the area. The Pakistani Taliban are a separate group but allies of the Afghan Taliban, who seized power in Afghanistan in 2021 as the US and NATO troops were in the final stage of their fallout. Now the headlines once again. Gun and bomb attack by Kuki terrorists enters 4th day. Volunteer injured in gunfight with Kukis at Fuvala. MC Medicom urges Union Home Minister Amit Shah to prevent board-wearing groups from intrusion in Kom villages. And a huge cache of arms and ammunition seized during street combing operation in Chorchandpur district. And that's all we have for now, but for more news updates, keep watching newtv. Have a nice day.